Hey guys, welcome back to the tutorial. Um, so I know I said that we would be doing triggers right after the previous video, but I felt that this is a really important tutorial video. So let's get into why you need to have really clean code. So in terms of writing your program, you need to make sure that everything is kind of legible and understandable to other people and to yourself. Because what's going to happen is if you write really weird looking code with certain qualities that are just making it really hard to understand, it's going to be just hard to go back and fix things. So let me just show you guys some code of this game. I don't know if some of you may have heard of it. It's called SCP, and it's basically this really big project that I worked on with a fellow developer. And I didn't actually start this project, but let me just show you guys the main aspect that I want to show you, which is scripts. So let's just ignore the game for now. What we're going to be doing is just showing you guys some cleaner code. So you'll see right here, immediately when I get into the initialize script, we're left with 141 lines of code, but it looks like less than 15. And it's because everything's really organized. So it's really easy to go in and just understand exactly what you're looking at. It's saying that to initialize when the game starts, we're going to assign this player type to angry, this box AI to box, and then do all of these initialization things. So we'll get into what player type assignments are, so you guys don't even know what this is just yet. But you'll see right here, if I just open this up, we're going to be thrown at with a ton of just doors. And if you do go and try out this game, it's on Maladeo. You'll see that there's a bunch of doors. Actually, here, let me just hide this. You'll you'll see right here, or if I just join real quick, uh, so you just see that if you just join, you'll see these doors everywhere, and this is basically an example of the kind of stuff that's going on with initialization. So yeah, this is some organized code. This is just a good example. Let's say I go to just some random not unused script. How about this one? Just play as guard, right? You'll see it's kind of clean. You just see it closes a shop, it sets this camera. It's a lot because it's a bigger project, but you can see everything and it's understandable. It's not like some of these older scripts. See, look, I'll ask you guys. I want you to look at this. I'm going to scroll through it real quick, and I want you to point out three things to yourself that you think are wrong with it, and I'm going to give you three of my things. So I'm just going to scroll real quick. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to look at certain parts really in depth. All right. So yeah, I'm just going to just scroll. So yeah, go ahead and pause the video and think of three things that you thought were wrong with this, starting now. All right. So three things that I thought were wrong with it. Well, first of all, what is the script doing? This O right here does not help me at all because it's a really badly named script and you just don't understand what's going on. Second of all, why are there so many if statements? You might notice that that's a really hard thing to understand. And third of all, what exactly do all these slashed out things mean? So slashed out things are just pieces of code that are not being used. But you'll notice that there's just so many if statements, there's so much slashed out stuff, and it's not an easy thing to understand. So sometimes you are left with no choice but to have a lot of if statements, but usually you can avoid it 99% of the time. The only few times that you cannot are when you have a ton of items that are server logs and you just need them to be going off in a certain way. But that's a really rare scenario and it doesn't happen for everybody. So I do hope that you guys try to avoid code that looks kind of like this. And now let me show you some um, code or some code practices that you guys can engage in to help yourselves out. So let's just go to, for example, this test game that we created last video. You'll see right here, immediately I'm left with the initialize script, player joins, and player leaves. So a really good um, practice for you guys to use is comments. So there's this block, it's called comment, and you can just press it, and you press add comment. And now you can just write comments here. So let's say that I want to leave a note for myself because it's something that I might forget in the future. Maybe there's a variable called game state, and it has the meaning of game is being played when true, and game is paused when false. So yeah, sorry about the lag. It seems like it's taking a second to write. But basically, this comment is going to show a lot of information for the future because it's going to log code that might have been really confusing if I look at it at a later time. So then if I log it, you can see that this comment is here forever. So now I don't have to remember this. I have it here to read just in case I need to see it again. And another good thing to do is use folders. I please beg you guys to use folders because they will just make things a lot easier. What I like to recommend is using a folder called world events. So you just make one folder called world events. And sorry about the speed, but world events. Maybe you make another folder and you call it unit events. And we'll get into units and other stuff later. But world events, unit events, and just organizing your code will make life a lot easier for you. Alright, and yeah, so we have covered a lot of the basics of organizing your code and the good and the bads of what code organization means. So the main thing of this video is just organize your guys' code. It's going to make life a lot easier for you and people debugging your code. So yeah, I'm just wanting to clear that up. Alright, let's get to the next video.